Hey guys, it's Meraki here, and I figured I should make an Easter egg guide for the Ashes of the Damned because they decided to nerf the boss fight and a lot of the Easter egg steps. So this is probably going to be the best guide that you can find on the internet right now. But let's go ahead and start with the loadout that you're going to need. So the loadout I recommend that you guys use is actually going to be the Jaeger 45 pistols. I'm going to have a build code in the description below that you guys can just copy and paste into the game, or even just like type it in. But pretty much you want them akimbo because if you guys didn't know, you can actually swap between akimbo and a single weapon at any time in the match. It's actually really cool. Any melee is fine, doesn't matter. The first field upgrade you want to bring is Ether Shroud, and then at some point in the middle of the match, we're going to swap to Frenzied Guard, and then back to Ether Shroud. You want to bring a tactical stun grenade, then a Molotov, or if you actually have enough levels, then go ahead and get the combat axe. If not, it's fine. Just bring anything. The Gobblegum packs that I'm starting out with is just generic ones. Respin Cycle if I ever want to hit the box. Free Fire if I don't have any ammo. And then Soda Fountain so I can get a lot more perks quickly. And then the boss fight pack. I strongly suggest you get Powder Keg, Shields Up, and Idolize. These are going to be crucial in the boss fight. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to bring the Jaeger 45 is because you can use it in Last Stand, and that's going to tie into the augment we're going to bring on Quick Revive, which is going to be Equivalent Exchange. So whenever you deal enough damage, it'll revive you with all your perks, and this can be done up to 3 times. That is absolutely tremendous, and I think you guys are going to need it in the boss fight because it's like still difficult even after the nerfs. This one is a bit optional. I bring it because it's very convenient, especially when you're an Ashwood. Free Faller, becoming immune to fall damage. There's a lot of verticality on the map, so just having that one factor out in determining like whether you live or die is going to be really nice. So throughout this guide, I'm also going to be tying in side Easter eggs that you can do as you're progressing the main Easter egg. I'll include timestamps as well so that you can come back to this video and then look for whatever you need. First and foremost, make sure you melee as much as possible up until like maybe round 6 or 7. The first pump you want to go to is the one at Blackwater Lake because you need to pick up 4 other parts. Pick up this plant behind this truck. Come inside the kitchen and pick up this jar of spores. You can skip this part if you already brought a Tomahawk in, but for those of you who haven't, click on this trophy and it'll spawn a Tomahawk behind the shed. And then if you have enough, just try and get Melee Macchiato. The next stop is obviously Ashwood, and you're going to want to go ahead and do this pump and activate the power. Once you do that, you should have enough to buy Juggernaut. Before you leave, come to Mangrove's Mercantile and grab this box of cut tomatoes. Install the Pack Punch on old Tessie, then pack your pistols.
There's now no need to express my dissatisfaction.
Quickly do the pump at Vandoor Farm, and then activate the power. This next step is optional, but it ultimately gets you a free Wisp Tea at the end of it. I gotta admit, it was a little spooky while I was recording. I got goosebumps. Go upstairs in the farmhouse and interact with this TV several times. There will be 2 girls that pop up on the screen, and then they'll leave after a couple seconds. Interact with the TV several times again. Then there will be 1 girl on the screen. Now you have to go into the cellar underneath the farmhouse, and there will be a girl drawing with chalk. She'll disappear, and then you have to return to the TV once more. And then finally, interact with the TV several times until the girls are missing. Come outside to the pump, and there should be 2 girls frolicking. Go ahead and walk up to them, and they'll drop Wisp Tea. I recommend that you save 1 zombie for this next part. Starting round 8, there will be a Uber Klaus that will spawn in at Janus Towers. Go ahead and take him down. Once you defeated him, he will drop a stabilizer chip that you will then have to take back to Ashwood. Go into the Ashwood Sheriff's Office and install the stabilizer chip into the scanner. And then your game should say, update requires restart. No, but seriously, it says that. So just throw some stuns on him until he has this stun effect on his head. Come over to Zarya Cosmodrome, open up this door, and then use your tactical button to call Klaus over to open up this panel. Klaus will stomp the floor, and then you have to press this button. Doing so will activate a 1-minute timer to where you have to survive standing in the scanner. If you fail that step, you can always buy Klaus right here at this radio. Once you complete the lockdown, A door will open behind you and you'll pick up this canister. Keep in mind you'll be slowed while holding it. Put that canister into the pump at Ashwood, and keep in mind you don't have to kill any zombies, you just have to wait for the energy extraction to complete. Once it's finished extracting, you have to take it back to Blackwater, and I suggest taking it in this order from Blackwater to Vandoor Farm, because you have 1 minute and 45 seconds before this thing decays, and you have to repeat this whole step all over again. Once it's done, take it to the farmhouse cellar and drop it next to this cube. It should activate and start glowing green. Get ready to screen record or pull out your phone, because you want to take these jump pads to and from Janus Towers. You need to memorize these sigils on top of the rooftops, because you need to put them in the cube a bit later. Come back to the cellar and input the sigils into the cube in any order. Once you have the correct sigils, press the red eye. The Necrofluid Gauntlet will spawn, and then you have to stand in this green ring. Just shoot these green orbs and reload to pull them back. Once you complete this step, you will have access to the Necrofluid Gauntlet for the rest of the game. Now come over to exit 115 and kill zombies in the diner until one of them drops a freezer key, which you can use to open up the freezer and get the abomination carcass to install in Old Tessie. Before you leave, pick up these packets of sugar on the diner counter and come over to the soda fountain machine. And we're going to use the 3 ingredients we picked up from earlier, being the cut tomatoes, the plant, and the packets of sugar to make Speedcola. Come back to the garage in Ashwood and install Old Tessie's heads. This next step requires both the Gauntlet and Wisp Tea. Train in Judgment Square until Wisp Tea activates, and come over to this mirror inside the tailor shop. The Wisp Tea should go inside the mirror. Use your Gauntlet, shoot into it, and then retract it. And an artifact called Powder of the Forgotten should pop out. We need to pick that up. Come back to Zarya Cosmodrome and open up Yuri's lab. Interact with the powder, and there will be 3 sequences on the chalkboard.
The proverbial.
So I'm going to show you how to get all of them, but these sequences are unique to every single game. Even if you save and quit, they'll still be the same, so just don't even bother. But if you look on screen right now, I'll have a cheat sheet up so that you can see which ones you need, because you only need to get 3 specific ones. If you got the fungi, then pick up this jar of spores like you should have earlier. Then take it to these mushrooms growing on this horse in Vandoor Farm. Come back in 3 rounds and it should be fully grown. Just go ahead and pick it up. If you got the human bone, just come to this corpse hanging in the farm and throw a tomahawk at its foot. It should pop right off, and you'll need a Molotov to burn it. Either craft one at the crafting bench, or get this Molotov from Ashwood. Just throw the Molotov on its foot, let it burn, and then the human bone should remain. Go ahead and pick those up. If you got chunks, just destroy any purple fauna around the map, and it should drop. If you got the Ravager Eyes, just come to any saw blade trap on the map, activate it as soon as you see a Ravager, and then once one dies to the trap, just go ahead and pick up the eyes. If you got the Mysterious Limb, then you need to kill a Zursa that spawns on round 16 with Old Tessie's beam attack. I suggest you get the vehicle in an ideal position so that you can run the bear towards it. First, get the bear relatively low. Then return to the vehicle and activate the beam attack. And the limb should drop. Once you have your game's 3 specific artifacts, take it back to the board and follow your sequence from top to bottom. Interact with these bowls in that specific order, otherwise you will mess it up. This next step is actually pretty difficult, so I suggest that you at least have tier 2 armor plates with like 3 refills, and that you have 2 charters of Ether Shroud. All you need to do is add your blood. Then a roughly 30-second lockdown will occur where you only have 50 HP. The Wonder Weapon should be enough to survive this, but if possible, try using monkeys or Ether Shroud. Once completed, the room will fill up with smoke, and you will hear a bell toll. So now you need to collect 3 keys around the map, which each key has 3 possible spawn locations per area, and I'm going to go from hardest to easiest key. The green key is going to be on the terminus boat between Ashwood and Vandoor Farm. And then please just follow where I'm parking this truck. Anyway, the first location is going to be in this barrier. The second is going to be nearby in this blue crate. And the third is going to be underneath the boat.
Setting waypoint.
Once you grab the key, you'll be slowed down to 25%. So I suggest using Ether Shroud to get out of there and get in the car, drive back to Ashwood, use this rappel, and then head over to this little dive, whatever this is, and then unlock it. The next key is in the Order Graveyard between Ashwood and exit 115. Just be careful, this one will reduce your health to like 50 HP, so make sure you grab Tessie and park it nearby. The first location is inside this T-Rex's jaw. The second location is coming out of exit 115 next to this little tank vehicle. And the last location is going to be in a T-Rex's mouth. You just have to climb this rock and then shoot the Wonder Weapon and then retract the ammo to get the key. When you have the key, just go ahead and hop in Tessie, then take it back to the prison thingy. The yellow key, being the easiest of them all, is between the Cosmodrome and Ashwood. The first location is going to be up on this cliff coming out of Ashwood going to the Cosmodrome. It's very easy to get. The second location is going to be just beyond that on this fallen pylon, right where I ping. And the last location is going to be right outside of the Cosmodrome on top of this wall. This key is by far the easiest because once you pick it up, it swaps you to your melee weapon, but I mean, you could just outrun these zombies very easily with PH Slider and Stamina. Put that last key into the prison, and then a cutscene will activate. Once you finish watching the cutscene, you can grab the Wunderwaffle DG2 barrel. Head back to the garage and upgrade old Tessie. Alright, I'm just going to warn you guys now that these next 4 challenges are going to be fucking dog shit. But anyway, you're going to want to start off by shooting the clock tower every time you need a purple gauntlet, which I'm going to mention in this video. So the cool thing about this is that you can get it up to 3 times per round by shooting each face of the clock tower. But you only have the purple gauntlet for 90 seconds, so you have to act fast. The first challenge we're going to do is the diner challenge. Pay attention if there's lightning in the sky. You need Melee Macchiato for this step, so if you didn't get it earlier, get it now. Okay, first get your purple gauntlet, then take old Tessie to the diner. We're going to need her. Once we get to the diner, go ahead and park old Tessie somewhere in this area. Open the service station and buy Klaus as soon as possible. Go ahead and shoot the clock with your purple gauntlet, and then the lightning will stop. Hop back in Tessie and then ram into the back of the semi-truck to open it up and wake the trucker up. Make your way inside the diner and then Melee Macchiato punch the cash register to wake up the waitress. Then lastly, you want to call Klaus over back to the service station to wake up McDougal. And then you're basically just matching colors at this point. The purple zombie goes above the diner in the purple lightning. The trucker zombie, which is red, goes into the red lightning. And then the McDougal goes into the orange lightning above where he spawned in. So once your 1 minute timer runs out, which it will, there's going to be 3 electrified light posts that you have to shoot. You're going to have to shoot them in a specific order, so. And that'll bring the lightning back down. You're going to want to take the jump pad back to Ashwood, get another purple gauntlet by shooting another face of the tower, and then shoot that clock once more. If you didn't get any zombies in the first time, then all 3 will respawn. You'll just have to run them in through the lightning, which is actually relatively easy the second time around. I feel like they should extend this timer. It's a little ridiculous, honestly. You'll know you finished it successfully when you see 3 white wisps spawn around the rooftops. Alright, for the Cosmodrome challenge, you're going to need 2 purple gauntlets this time. With the first shot, you're going to want to shoot this radar tower. Once you got the first shot off, take the Cosmodrome jump pad back to Ashwood and then grab another purple gauntlet from another face of the tower. Come back to the Cosmodrome and then shoot the other radar tower. Quickly head into the control room and there will be 2 monitors that are flashing 3 sets of unique symbols to your game. Depending on what symbols you have on those 2 monitors will indicate what code you have to input on the 6 monitors beside them. On the screen right now is a cheat sheet that will tell you exactly what code to input. Go ahead and swap to a single pistol. Like I'm doing in the clip above, you want to hit the buttons exactly where they are. Also, just take your time for the step. If the number is like about to change, don't try and go for it. Just like let it cycle back and then get it when it first appears on the screen. Trust me, you have a lot of time to do this. Once again, you'll know you did it successfully when the screen flashes white And then 3 wisps spawn in on the chairs, and the rocket is launching. Next up is the farm challenge, and you only need 1 purple gauntlet for this step. I also want to mention that you need Frenzy Guard for this next part as well. Either drive Tessie or take the jump pad to Vandoor farm. Come over to the table in the farmhouse and look at the clock on the wall. The shorthand will indicate where you need to stand around the table. So as you can see in the image, this is how the table is oriented. Once you're standing in the right spot, the father will slowly turn his head towards you, his eyes will glow red, and you just have to shoot him with a purple gauntlet. Then 4 artifacts will fly around the farm. You just have to find them. The first artifact is next to Stamina up upstairs. Just go ahead and pick that one up. The second artifact is downstairs in the cellar in a bathtub. Go ahead and interact with that. The third artifact is upstairs in the barn. Just interact with this body next to this hay bale. And the last artifact is on this workbench inside the shed.
My father used one of these to keep his
And once you pick up all the artifacts, you can place them on their respective rings. It doesn't matter what order it's in, just do it. Once you put down all the artifacts, the screen will flash white. Go ahead and activate this trap as soon as the zombies start spawning in.
so much primates can
Now make your way over to this truck, stand on it to get a power position over all the spawns. This step is very easy if you have the Wunderwaffle, if you have Molotovs, Cashmere's, Monkey Bombs, and also this is why I told you to get Frenzy Guard, because you can pull all the zombies off of these artifacts. If the screen flashes white, then you're ready to move on to the last challenge. So unfortunately, you have to do the challenge last, but it's also one of the easiest. Just go ahead and get your purple gauntlet real quick and then head over to Blackwater Lake. Go to the dock and there should be a wisp you can interact with. Get your phone ready or be ready to screen record because you're going to have to memorize this next step. Go ahead and bring the purple gauntlet and shoot this projector. Then 4 different areas of Blackwater will show up on the screen. Memorize what order they are in. The image behind the cabin is next to this ammo cache. You can spot a rail right here. Make sure it turns purple when you shoot it. The image of the cabin is inside the cabin on the shelf. Make sure you shoot it and it turns purple. The image of the fishing hut is inside the fishing hut in the ceiling beams. And then the image of the front of the cabin is inside the cabin upstairs next to the power. Once you have done them in the correct order pertaining to your game, you will call in Klaus on this radio. Go ahead and bring Klaus in front of this desk. He's going to pick up the phone and you won't have access to him anymore, indicating that you're ready to move on to the final step. So you're going to go into the boss fight very soon. Just make sure you have both your guns pack 3, tier 3 armor vest, and that you have your desired gobble guns for the fight. Just interact with Klaus and then you're going to get an old Tessie driving around the map collecting wisp. I want you guys to follow the path that I have on screen right now. This is like guaranteed to work. Anyway, here's me driving in the vehicle. You'll see all the wisp spawns. Just try and replicate it as best you can.
Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know that the CODFather's here praying for you. Hugs and kisses. I love my hush puppies, but anyway, my grandson's a bit dog shit, so it took him a while to upload this shit. He couldn't beat the Easter egg by himself, so good old CODFather had to hop in and help him. Anyway, love you guys. Kisses.
So I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. Just start moving as soon as you spawn on the boss fight. I've seen it so many times on Reddit where people get stuck after spawning in. It's just a weird bug that's going around. I don't know if they fixed it or not with today's update, but anyway, the first phase is just going to be him like standing over the pyramid. You just want to hit him with the car over and over again. So part of the nerf to this boss fight is that the regenerating spores actually regrow after you hit them with Tessie.
Of course, they had to nerf this fight for little scrubs like you. You wouldn't last a second in the Black Ops 2 lobby, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Alright, grandson, you can go ahead and go on to sleep. I know you need 20 hours of sleep a day to stay feeling all pretty. So in phase 1, you're gonna want to ram her right in the pussy. If you do that enough times, you're gonna done piss it off, and then it's gonna spawn this purple beam in the room. You're gonna want to mosey on over there. And once you pick it up, you're gonna want to ram into that bitch, no protection. And then there's gonna be a yellow light coming down from her stinky eye. Hit that some bitch in the eye right there. Yep. This boss fight done be too easy. So at this point, it's rinse and repeat. Just get her to 33% and you're at the last part of the boss fight. So in the last phase of the fight, you're gonna want to avoid her hot tua. You don't know where that mouth has been. And the only way to hurt her in this fight is by using the booster. You can't just drive up the pyramid and hurt her that way. It's gotta be the booster. And just a pro tip from the CODFather himself. If she ever launches your vehicle, you're just gonna want to wait for her to charge up her attack. It's not worth risking your life over. Just throw Monkey, a Cashmere, or anything. Activate Ether Shroud. You got this. And like this clip right here, you can hide behind this wall and avoid the attack altogether. And then finally, when she's on her last HP, she's gonna spawn in this purple beam again. You just want to pick it up and then ram her right in the pussy. Say you with me now. And that's the whole boss fight. It done be that easy.
I just want to give a huge thanks to everybody that made it to this part. Your support means a lot to me, like even just like, you know, watching for like a couple minutes. It really does mean the world to me. But, you know, if you have any suggestions, or maybe you have like, you know, some like feedback for like the Easter egg itself, you're like, oh, like I missed this thing, or you found out this and you want to share it with everybody else, don't hesitate to share it in the comments down below. We're all in a community, so we have to work together to like try and make this as easy as possible. I feel like this guide is going to be pretty helpful. Like, you know, the best advice I have for somebody who's still struggling with this fight is to realistically just like practice it. But Astra Malorium, or whatever the hell it's called, is coming out pretty soon, so I'll be making a guide about that, hopefully sooner than this. I just figured I might as well take my time because I've been busy with like a couple of things in life. So like I said, I appreciate you guys. If you don't mind, maybe just subscribe to me. I mean, it's up to you. Or if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't like the video, then like, give me a thumbs down. That way I like get your feedback. Anyway, you guys have a good day. See ya.